Yes, today I am the liquid fire. I am Interbolski today. Today is Bass Boost Sunday. Anyways, happy Sunday and you're welcome to our channel. See you shortly. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering that what is the meaning of this attitude apparently? Why is it Bass Boost Sunday? As I said before, last week, this month is a month for family and friends, and today we're going to be on the prickly or sour side of things. Okay, so let me not greet you too much, let me not smile too much, so that you can know how serious I am. Amen. Are we talking? Anyways, how are you now? Don't mind all that, my shakara. How are you doing? My name is Murayo Arunaya, and together with you, we're on a journey together called the latest Nigerian mommy in town. And this journey, we talk about parenthood, pregnancy, and things that relate to it. Okay? If you've been with us for a while, if you're just journeying, wherever you're coming from, wherever you are so welcome. You're super welcome, and I am grateful to have you here. If you haven't clicked on the subscribe button, please do so. If you enjoyed this video, at the end of it, click the like. It will help us. And if you want us to keep growing, if you want more people to learn from these things, then you can share. Okay? If there's anything you want me to improve on, I am open for improvement and discussion. This channel is here to stay, to grow, to help. So let's do this together, shall we? Moving on into today's Bass Boost, back into my fighting mood. Yes, you know, as Nigerians, we're very wonderful people. Generally, human beings are very interesting, but Nigerians are particularly interesting. As helpful, as sociable, as kind as family and friends are, is also as entitled as they can be, okay? And I use the word entitled because by the time I finish these 5 things you shouldn't say to a pregnant woman, you will see how entitled we are in Nigeria. Are you with me on this journey? So, when you get pregnant in Nigeria, the first things that a lot of people say to you is either mama born boy or mommy of twins, mommy twins. Please, let me change it to you, but what is saying like literally why? Please don't be offended though, but yes. Why? I remember one story, and yes, this corrections will come in the story. I remember one family friend in particular. Guys, I'm not dissing you, I'm using it as examples because you erred on the side of the wrong. This person kept insisting mommy twins, mommy twins, mommy of twins. I told this my brother, this my friend, I said, sir, we have done a maternity scan and the child is a single child. It's a one child. I even told my God in this my lifetime, for personal reasons, I do not want twins. This uncle, Irani, not here. Don't worry, if this child is not a twins, your next child will be a twins. And you know, it was actually very annoying. He kept saying it. And at a point, I just left him. I just gave up because I couldn't continue again. He won that battle. But seriously, if someone, especially when people insist that you shouldn't call them a particular title, can you please be respectful and not do that? Because if I want to express myself the way I want to express myself, I will sound insulting. But please, can we be respectful of each other? Okay? Another one that people used to do is that people will look at you. It's also in this mama born boy. This is still part 1. Also in this is still I don't know. Don't say things you shouldn't say. It's still part of it. Mama born boy or mommy twins. It's still part of it. Or you're going to give birth to a girl. People just look at you. I remember when I was pregnant, I was carrying high. My baby was on the top. I was carrying high, and they're like, "You're going to give birth to a girl. Put that carry high, give birth to a girl. Put that carry low, give birth to a boy." And I also had people come to me too that said, "Ah, you look very pretty in pregnancy. you're definitely giving birth to a boy. Okay? On both sides, I cannot say you were wrong or you were correct. Obviously, I gave birth to a boy, but still, I don't think it is right for you to go about insinuating the gender of a child just based on how the mother looks. She did not ask you. They don't want to know your opinion. You don't get award for being best prophet or prophetess. I don't know why we do these things, but please zip it. You don't have to say. It's not everything you see, you say. Okay? Especially if you've not been asked. Okay, I mean, you can give general banter, but especially when you insist on it, I'm telling you, this is what you're going to give birth to. That's how this is what you're going to give birth to. Put one of my friends inside trouble because the child was very active. This you're going to give birth to a boy. It was a girl. Okay, so please desist from such behavior. Now, the second thing that you shouldn't say to a pregnant woman is, it's like you're adding weight, so you're getting fat. Oh. I'm like, duh. Of course I'm getting chubby. Of course I'm getting fat. That's what comes with it. Comes with pregnancy. And I remember even after I gave birth, there was one incident in particular. I just resumed going to church, and I was with one of my church mommies, and then one other woman was passing by. She's like, "Oh, is this not the girl that just gave birth? How is your child?" And I'm like, "He's fine, no." And then the next thing she said was that, "You don't fat, oh." Man, I'm like, is it that you don't have anything else to say, or how is that supposed to continue our conversation? How am I supposed to feel to that? And for you guys' information, yes, I was a size 8 and I'm a size 12 now, or maybe 11 and a half, about that, right? It wasn't as if I was excessively chubby. I wasn't excessively big, right? Yes, I had increased a few. I had increased 4 sizes up. It's quite something. But at the same time, it wasn't. Even during my pregnancy, it wasn't. So when I hear those comments, you're getting fat, I'm like, can we be more pro-life than pro-weight? Right? I don't mind you guys. I don't mind the person coming to tell me, oh, and that also second thing you shouldn't say also comes with the statement. It's as if you're eating too much sugar. That's why you're looking like this. As if you're eating too much this, so don't do too much this. People are more pro-weight than people are more pro-life, and that's what I feel. You're more let this person be this kind of figure. Let you don't eat too much so that you don't. My dear, if you don't eat enough, you're not going to get enough nutrients and enough strength. Yes, I don't subscribe to eating for two, but you don't now starve yourself. I know a couple of friends that 3 months after pregnancy, in the bid to succumb to pressure, reduce, get back to size, start fasting, their breast milk dried up. Like, the opportunity to give your child that antibody etc, you world people have removed it. So are you really pro-life or are you really pro-weight, pro-appearance? Please stop putting pressure on people to be a particular size. It's not as if you say you're that slim. The mommy that was talking to me that day, let's moving on. This third thing you shouldn't say to a pregnant woman, and this one especially comes in workplaces, it's a motivation, right? But it is actually hidden sarcasm or hidden competition. It's like, you're not the first to do it now. Like, you're not the first to do it now. You can definitely do it. I had some of those experiences and I was just like, especially when you're a very responsible person, especially when you're a very active person, especially when you're a very strong person, and people want you to show up. Even when it's not necessary, people want you to show up, and you're like, I don't feel up to it today. You now come with, well, you're not the first to be pregnant now. You're not the first to do it now. Even in this motherhood, the competition that is quoted in motivation, on uncanny sarcasm that is quoted in motivation. My child did this, so we are different. You did this during your pregnancy, it doesn't automatically translate that the next pregnant woman should do it during her pregnancy. Because you went to work for the entire 9 months of pregnancy, this person wants to take a leave that she's entitled to at 7 or 8 months. Madam HR, release her. Let my PP go. Pharaoh, release. And even friends, all this little insinuations is not motivation. Another one that is similar to this, and that is the fourth one, are the everything will be bad gang. Everything will be bad. Everything will eventually be bad. And it is also quoted with help. Is a helpful statement. How is this helpful? Sleep now, or you will not be able to sleep later. How is that an helpful statement? Please don't say it. I don't want to hear it. Sleep now, or you will not be able to sleep later. Eat now, or you will not be able to eat later. Enjoy now, or you will not be able to enjoy later. What are you trying to say? Is it that the child is coming to rob you of all your joy, or what? Yes, there's some of those, there's some truths in it, but the way some people say it, even when I gave birth and I said my child is a relatively easygoing and gentle child, I remember I had friends that would come and say, it's just a phase, don't worry, these children, they change. After 3 months, you see its true color. After 3 months, so I began to change that narrative. A lot of my pregnant or friends that are delivered, you know that I typically say after 3 months things get better. I begin to change, and that's just the truth. Things actually it's not as hard as the first 6 weeks. That's just the truth. So there's all this. So you better sleep now, or you'll not be sleeping again. Auntie, uncle, please don't say those things. Don't make people feel like things get worse. How do you expect them to respond to that, really? How do you expect them to respond to it? What should they say when you're saying that things get worse? And I think the fifth and final thing for me, there's still one more, but let me give you the fifth thing first. The fifth thing for me is, I remember some friends called then, and they're like, Mariah, we heard you're pregnant too. Are you ready for this? Okay, so what should I do if I'm not ready? Should I remove the child and throw the child away? And how do you expect me to respond to it? So please don't go about asking people. Don't project your insecurities on people. Don't project your fears. And it comes in different ways. Can you do this? Are you up to this? Even when some people ask how are you feeling, you can feel the fear in their voice. And I'm like, don't do that. Don't project your insecurities on people. And I think the final one, which is also similar to the people are more pro-appearance than pro-life, it's similar, is you're getting darker. I can see myself. I know I'm getting darker. My friend, you're getting darker. You're losing your sense of style. You're losing your touch. You're losing this. As I said last week, you can help me go to Balogun, or you can help me go to market and buy me fine maternity gown, buy me fine dress if my appearance bothers you so much. Okay? And I don't think I was even that bad when I was pregnant. Anyways, that is today's episode of Basmos. I hope you guys have taken your own punches from it. You've learned, and you would, do better going forward. We all can do better. If you have more things that people shouldn't say to pregnant people, please drop it in. In fact, there's some weird ones like, are you going to do natural or you're going to do CS? What's your business? All those kind of things. Please drop more things that people shouldn't say to pregnant or people that you have heard or that you know. It is good to have you here once again. Remember to subscribe, to like, and to share if you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy this little talk. I love you so much, and I will see you next week where I bring a special guest and we talk about myths, pregnancy myths. We debunk them. It's going to be fun. Love you. Bye.